Chosen one, evidence was uncovered on their phone, and all those lies are finally catching up with them, leaving them embarrassed. Right now someone is staring at a screen with shaking hands. Not yours, theirs. Could be a spouse, could be a business partner, could be a family member who defended this person at every turn, someone who's been making excuses for bad behavior, someone who told you that you were overreacting, someone who participated in your isolation without even realizing they were being used as a weapon against you. This person had doubts about the manipulator. Little things didn't add up in their mind. Stories shifted between tellings. Reactions seemed extreme and disproportionate, but they buried those doubts because confronting them meant confronting their entire reality. It meant admitting they'd been played. It meant acknowledging they'd helped hurt someone innocent until they picked up the wrong phone, or saw a message pop up on the screen, or overheard a conversation that wasn't meant for their ears, and suddenly everything clicked into place for them. Not just recent things, everything. What they found wasn't just about you. That's the twist in your story. They found evidence of a pattern targeting multiple people. They discovered other people who had been targeted. They saw other victims of the same manipulation playbook. Your name came up multiple times in conversations about blocking opportunities. The messages discussed spreading lies about you. The conversations revealed coordination with others to destroy your reputation before you even knew you had enemies. The messages showed money being stolen from you, not borrowed. It was stolen outright. The evidence revealed small amounts taken over long periods, designed to go unnoticed by you. You can see opportunities being sabotaged before they reached you. You can see clients being redirected away from you. You can see credit being taken for your work. You can see income streams being deliberately cut off from your access. And the worst part, you can see discussions about how satisfying it was for them to watch you struggle. The messages also show them being discussed, being manipulated, being used, being laughed at behind their back by the same person who cried in their arms about how you were supposedly the problem. They were a pawn too. They just didn't realize they were on the board. And now, this person is sitting with a choice. Stay silent and protect the manipulator one more time, or speak truth and watch everything burn. You can guess which one they're choosing. You can guess who's about to become a witness instead of an accomplice. You can guess whose testimony is about to validate everything you've been saying. This is the beginning of their nightmare and the end of yours. The discovery wasn't a single moment for this witness. It was a cascade of revelations. One message led them to another message. One lie exposed another lie. One conversation revealed another layer of deception. They started looking deeper into the evidence. They started checking dates against what they'd been told. They started cross-referencing stories with reality. Suddenly, everything they'd defended didn't make sense anymore to them. The timelines contradicted each other. The explanations fell apart under scrutiny. The justifications crumbled before their eyes. Let's talk about how sloppy this person got, because that's what happens when people think they're untouchable. They get comfortable, they get careless, they leave evidence everywhere because they're so convinced nobody will ever look. The phone that got discovered isn't just one or two damning messages. It's an entire archive of coordination against you. There are group chats where they strategized about you. There are private messages where they celebrated your failures. There are voice notes where they plotted their next move against you. There are even photos they took as trophies of your pain. And here's what's making them absolutely sick right now. They can't delete it fast enough, because it's not just on one device. It's backed up to cloud storage. It's on multiple phones. It's in email threads. It's saved on computers. The evidence has proliferated beyond their control, and trying to erase it now just makes them look more guilty. Some of you are dealing with people who thought they were tech-savvy enough to hide their tracks. They used apps that promised disappearing messages. They created fake accounts to spread lies about you. They coordinated through platforms they thought were private, But technology betrays liars. Screenshots get taken before messages disappear. Fake accounts get traced back to real addresses. Private platforms get exposed when things go legal. The embarrassment of realizing that the entire scheme was documented is hitting them in waves. Every time they think they've accounted for all the evidence, someone remembers another conversation that was saved. They discover another platform where messages exist. They find another device with backups. They realize another backup exists in the cloud. The paranoia is consuming them because they can't remember every lie they told or every place they told it. You need to understand something about this digital trail. It doesn't just show what they did. It shows how long they've been doing it, how organized they were, how many people they involved, how deliberate every step was. This wasn't spontaneous malice. This was calculated, sustained, coordinated effort to destroy you. The evidence shows financial manipulation spanning a significant period of time. You're looking at actual criminal behavior. You're seeing access to accounts that shouldn't have been accessed. You're seeing transactions that were hidden from you. You're seeing money that went missing in amounts small enough to dismiss individually, but massive when added together. For you, this explains everything about your financial struggles. This explains why you could never get ahead financially. This explains why opportunities fell through at the last second. This explains why money seemed to evaporate from your life. This explains why you felt cursed financially, despite working harder than everyone around you. It wasn't a curse affecting you. It was theft. It was systematic theft. It was calculated theft. It was premeditated theft, targeting you specifically. The messages show conversations about your finances, like they were discussing a game. You can see strategies they discussed for draining you, without you noticing. You can see celebrations they shared when you hit rock bottom. You can see resentment they expressed when you started climbing back up. And you can see coordination with others, designed to keep you financially unstable. If these words stirred your consciousness, hype this video to help more chosen ones awaken to this. But here's the beautiful part, the part that's about to make you smile. They got greedy. They took too much. They got comfortable. They started making mistakes. They left a trail, and someone just followed that trail all the way back to the beginning. Now they owe money to many people. They don't just owe money to you. They owe money to multiple people. They owe money to businesses. Maybe they'll owe money to authorities if certain things get reported. They've been living a lifestyle funded by stolen resources. They've been investing money that wasn't theirs. They've been building a brand on a foundation of fraud, and the walls are closing in on them. Bank statements are being requested from them. Transactions are being questioned by investigators. Patterns are being recognized by authorities. Authorities might get involved in your case. Lawsuits might be filed against them. Criminal charges might be considered by prosecutors. This isn't just embarrassment anymore for them. This is real consequence. This is serious consequence. The kind of consequence that follows people for years. The kind that shows up in background checks. The kind that requires lawyers and court dates and public records. The embarrassment of having financial crimes exposed is a special kind of humiliation for them, because it's not just about character anymore. It's about criminality. It's not just about being a bad person. It's about being a thief. And that label doesn't wash off easily. That reputation doesn't rebuild quickly. That trust doesn't restore automatically. There was a moment, a specific gathering, maybe during a holiday, maybe during a celebration. The manipulator thought it would be another performance, another opportunity to play the role, another chance to control the narrative in front of witnesses, except someone at that gathering knew, the person who found the evidence, and they didn't stay silent. They brought it up, not aggressively, not dramatically, but directly, in front of elders, in front of family, in front of people who'd been fed lies about you for a long time. The manipulator was confronted with specifics, dates, screenshots, messages, evidence they couldn't spin, and everyone watched the reaction. Everyone watched them get defensive instead of apologetic. Everyone watched them try to manipulate, even with proof in everyone's faces. Everyone watched them reveal exactly who they are beneath the mask. They eventually stormed out, threw things, made a scene, slammed doors, all while older family members just sat there shaking their heads, because wisdom recognizes manipulation even when youth can't. Experience spots liars, even when naivety defends them. And after the manipulator left, conversations happened. People compared notes, shared their own experiences, realized they'd all seen glimpses, but dismissed them, understood they'd been played too. The whole family saw it. The whole community saw it. The mask didn't just slip, it shattered completely. This confrontation wasn't just about exposure for them, it was about witnesses for you. Real witnesses who can testify, who can confirm, who can validate, who can stand with you if things go legal, who can speak truth if character references are needed, who can defend you publicly if the manipulator tries one more smear campaign against you. The manipulator didn't just lose reputation that night. They lost their army. They lost their defenders. They lost their credibility, and they know it. That's why they're hiding now. That's why they've gone quiet on social media. That's why they're not showing up to family events. They're embarrassed, deeply, thoroughly, publicly embarrassed. The humiliation of being called out in front of family is visceral for them. It's not like being exposed to strangers. These are people whose opinions matter. These are people who've known them for years. These are people who defended them, who made excuses for them, who enabled them, and now all those people are seeing them clearly for the first time. This person wasn't just working in the physical realm against you. They were working spiritually, sending energy meant to drain you, doing practices designed to block you, creating cords meant to siphon your power, manipulating your emotional field to keep you in low vibration. This explains those nights you couldn't sleep, those days you felt watched, those moments of inexplicable exhaustion, those periods where everything felt heavier than it should. You weren't imagining it. You were under attack, and most people would have crumbled under that kind of sustained assault. But you didn't crumble. You know why? Because you're protected, because you have ancestors who weren't playing around, because you have guides who saw what was happening and intervened, because you have a purpose that's bigger than their manipulation. At some point, you did something that shifted the entire dynamic. Maybe you cut cords, maybe you raised your vibration, maybe you just refused to play their game anymore. Whatever you did, it worked. You created a boundary they couldn't cross. You activated protection they couldn't penetrate. You stepped into a frequency they couldn't reach, and they felt it. They felt their access being revoked. They felt their manipulation losing power. They felt their control slipping away. That's why they got more desperate. That's why they ramped up attacks against you. That's why they became more obvious in their aggression. Every attack they sent that bounced back off your protection hit them twice as hard. Every curse they tried to place returned to them amplified. Every negative intention they sent your way became a boomerang with their name on it. You weren't just defending yourself. You were winning, and they knew it. They could feel themselves getting weaker while you got stronger. They could sense their power draining while yours increased. They could watch their life falling apart while yours came together. This wasn't coincidence. This was spiritual law. This was karmic balance. This was divine justice showing up in real time. The embarrassment of realizing that their spiritual attacks backfired is eating them alive, because they invested so much energy into trying to destroy you, so much focus, so much intention, so much effort, and not only did it not work on you, it reversed on them. Everything they sent your way came back to them multiplied. Every hex became their own curse. Every spell became their own binding. There's another layer to your situation that's making them panic. Professional consequences. Because when word gets out that someone is a manipulator and a liar, business relationships evaporate, deals fall through, partnerships dissolve, opportunities disappear, people who were positioned to help them are pulling back, people who were going to invest are reconsidering, people who were ready to collaborate are suddenly busy with other projects, because nobody wants to be associated with someone whose reputation is imploding. Nobody wants to tie their name to someone whose character is being questioned publicly. One of those people pulling back is someone who was positioned to help you, someone with resources, someone with influence, someone who was told lies about you before ever meeting you, someone who believed those lies and kept their distance from you. But now this person knows the truth. The evidence confirmed what their intuition was whispering about you. You weren't the problem, you were the target, and the person they trusted was the actual problem all along. So opportunities that were blocked from reaching you are about to open. Doors that were sealed are about to swing wide. Resources that were withheld are about to flow toward you. Not because you begged for them, not because you proved yourself, but because truth has a way of correcting injustice once it comes to light. The manipulator is panicking about this specifically because they know what this means for you. It means everything they tried to prevent is about to manifest anyway. It means their sabotage failed. It means you're about to level up in ways they can't block anymore. And they have to watch it happen while their own opportunities disappear. The embarrassment of losing business connections because of exposed lies is professional death for them. It's not just about losing one deal. It's about reputation in an industry. It's about being known as untrustworthy. It's about having your name become a warning instead of a recommendation. And that kind of damage takes years to repair, if it ever repairs at all. People are noticing things, inconsistencies in their content. The partner who used to appear in posts is suddenly absent. Comments are being deleted faster than usual. Certain posts have disappeared. The energy in their content has shifted from confident to desperate. Their audience isn't stupid. People can feel when someone's in crisis, even if they're smiling for the camera. People can sense when content is performative rather than authentic. People can tell when someone's trying too hard to prove everything's fine. Brand deals are being reconsidered. Sponsors are quietly distancing themselves. Collaborators are suddenly busy with other projects. The community that used to engage enthusiastically is now watching quietly, waiting, because everyone can feel something's coming. And the manipulator knows it. They're posting more than usual, trying to control the narrative, trying to maintain the illusion, trying to keep their empire from collapsing completely. But you can't build on a broken foundation. You can't sustain a brand built on lies. You can't maintain an audience once they realize they've been manipulated. Starseeds, they never expected this. The technology used to suppress consciousness has been reverse-engineered, and Destiny Engine is the result. What was once used against humanity is now your ascension weapon. You can now MK Ultra yourself into 5D superpowers. Destiny Engine bypasses the conscious mind and rewrites the source code directly. Reality bends faster, synchronicities stack. Your nervous system upgrades to a higher bandwidth. Put on headphones, press play, that's all. For $1 you switch sides of history. Click the link in the description. The takeover is internal. The embarrassment they're experiencing isn't just private, it's public, it's professional, it's financial. Everything they built is unraveling in real time, and they did this to themselves. The irony is delicious for you to witness. They built their platform by appearing vulnerable and authentic, by sharing struggles and being relatable, by positioning themselves as someone who'd overcome hardship, and now that mask is being ripped off to reveal someone who was creating hardship for others, someone who was manufacturing struggles to have content, someone who was performing vulnerability while being calculating and cruel behind the scenes. Their engagement is dropping. Their reach is shrinking. Their influence is evaporating. Because people don't support manipulators once they're exposed. They don't defend liars once the lies are revealed. They don't champion frauds once the fraud is documented. And every metric that drops is another hit to the ego that drove all this manipulation in the first place. While all of this was happening to them, something else was happening to you. You were healing. You were growing. You were evolving. You were becoming the version of yourself they tried to prevent. You stopped trying to prove yourself to people determined to misunderstand you. You stopped fighting battles you weren't meant to fight. You stopped carrying weight that was never yours to carry. You stopped accepting treatment that dishonored your worth. And something shifted in your life. Your energy changed. Your frequency elevated. Your clarity increased. Your power activated. Your gifts started flowing in ways they never had before. Your purpose started manifesting in ways you couldn't have predicted. People started noticing you differently. Opportunities started appearing unexpectedly. Connections started forming naturally. Money started flowing more easily. Doors started opening without you having to kick them down. Everything started aligning in ways that felt almost magical, but it wasn't magic. It was the natural result of removing blockages from your life. It was the inevitable outcome of clearing interference. It was what happens when someone stops working against you and you get to operate at full capacity. The manipulator is watching this happen to you. They're seeing you thrive. They're seeing you succeed. They're seeing you shine. And it's killing them inside. Because your success without them proves you never needed them. Your peace without them proves they were the problem. Your growth without them proves they were the obstacle. Your glow-up is the revenge you never had to plot. Your success is the vindication you never had to demand. Your freedom is the victory you never had to fight for. You just had to outlast them. And you did. That's not luck. That's strategy. That's wisdom. That's power. That's what happens when you trust the process and let karma handle the details. You became the living proof that what's meant for you will find you, that what's yours can't be taken, that who you are can't be diminished by someone else's lies. While they were busy trying to dim your light, they were actually polishing it. Every attack sharpened your discernment. Every lie strengthened your truth. Every block redirected you to something better. Every betrayal taught you who deserves access to you. They thought they were destroying you. They were actually developing you into who you are now. The manipulator is going to try to reach out to you. Maybe they already have. They're going to want to explain. They're going to want to apologize. They're going to want another chance. They're going to want to make amends. They're going to send messages about how much they've changed, about how they've been in therapy, about how they finally understand what they did wrong to you, about how they want to make things right, about how they've always cared about you despite their actions. They don't want forgiveness from you. They want access to you. They don't want to make amends. They want to regain control over you. They don't want your healing. They want their empire back. They don't want reconciliation. They want you to stop your ascension. Because your continued rise is their continued embarrassment. Your ongoing success is their ongoing failure. Your sustained freedom is their sustained exposure. They need you to come back, to forgive, to forget, to give them another opportunity to drain you, but you're not going to do that. Not because you're bitter, not because you're unforgiving, not because you're holding grudges, but because you're wise now, you're discerning now, you're protected now, you're clear now about who deserves access to you. You understand that some doors close for your protection, that some people exit for your elevation, that some relationships end for your evolution, that some chapters close so better ones can begin in your life. Their apology isn't your responsibility to accept. Their growth isn't your burden to witness. Their redemption isn't your job to facilitate. You already did the hardest work. You survived them. You healed from them. You moved on without them. And if they really wanted to make amends with you, they'd leave you alone. They'd let you live. They'd stop watching your progress. They'd stop monitoring your movements. They'd stop sending people to check on you. Real change respects boundaries. Real growth honors distance. Real healing doesn't require the wounded to participate in the transformation. You owe them nothing. Not your time, not your energy, not your forgiveness, not your presence, not your audience, not your acknowledgement, nothing. You already paid the price for their education through your suffering. You already funded their karma through your pain. You already invested enough in their journey. Now it's time for you to invest in yours exclusively. The desperation in their apology will tell you everything. They're not sorry for what they did. They're sorry they got caught. They're not remorseful about the harm. They're embarrassed about the exposure. They're not changed. They're cornered. And a cornered manipulator will say anything to regain the upper hand. Remember that opportunity from earlier, the one that got blocked. It's coming back to you, but it's not coming back the same. It's coming back bigger, better, more aligned with who you are now, more abundant, more perfect for who you've become. That housing situation that fell through, something better is manifesting for you. That financial opportunity that disappeared, something more profitable is appearing for you. That connection that got sabotaged, someone more aligned is emerging in your life. The universe wasn't denying you. The universe was protecting you. That timing wasn't right, because you weren't ready for what it would have brought. You needed to grow first. You needed to heal first. You needed to evolve first. You needed to become the person who could handle the blessing without it becoming a burden. Now you're ready. Now you're prepared. Now you're positioned. Now you're powerful enough to receive without being destroyed by the responsibility. Now you're wise enough to steward what's coming without being corrupted by it. Everything that was blocked from you is being released. Everything that was delayed is being delivered to you. Everything that was denied is being granted to you. Not because you begged, not because you proved yourself, but because it was always meant for you. The timing is just finally right, and the manipulator can't stop it this time. They're not in position anymore. They don't have access anymore. They don't have influence anymore. They're too busy dealing with consequences to interfere with your blessings. Watch what happens in the coming weeks. Opportunities you forgot you applied for will resurface. Connections you lost touch with will reach out to you. Money you wrote off will come through. Doors you stopped knocking on will swing open from the inside for you. The delay wasn't denial. The wait wasn't waste. The pause wasn't punishment. It was preparation for you. It was protection over you. It was positioning of you. And now that you're ready, now that you're clear, now that you're free from their interference, watch how fast everything aligns for you. This is what you worked for. This is what you waited for. This is what you believed 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 for. Now thou diedst mode, crum's punishment and ward. Now thou diedst died. Now thou diedst died. Not in beta most mode. What it in this passion refast. Not in beta most mode. What it in this passion for. Not in beta most mode. Not in beta most died. 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 Not in beta most. This is what you survived for. Every setback was setting you up. Every closed door was redirecting you. Every no was protecting you from a wrong yes. Every delay was aligning you with divine timing. You're running a victory lap you didn't even know you were qualified for. You're claiming prizes you forgot you entered competitions to win. You're receiving recognition you stopped seeking. You're experiencing abundance you stopped chasing. While they're dealing with exposure, you're walking in elevation. While they're facing consequences, you're receiving blessings. While they're experiencing collapse, you're building empire. While they're losing everything, you're gaining everything. This is what dominance looks like in your life. Not fighting, not forcing, not proving, just being so undeniably powerful that reality bends to accommodate you. just being so clearly protected that attacks bounce off you, just being so completely aligned that opportunities chase you instead of you chasing them. The lies caught up with them like karma in running shoes, but the truth caught up with you like destiny in a sports car. And the truth is simple: you were always meant to win, you were always meant to rise, you were always meant to shine. That phone that started this whole revelation wasn't the beginning of your story, it was the confirmation. The beginning was when you decided to survive, when you chose to heal, when you committed to grow, when you refused to stay down. Everything since then has been inevitable in your life. Their exposure was inevitable. Your elevation was inevitable. Their embarrassment was inevitable. Your empowerment was inevitable. You didn't need the evidence to know you were right, but it's nice to have receipts. You didn't need their downfall to experience peace, but it's satisfying to watch justice. You didn't need witnesses to know your truth, but it's validating to have confirmation. You move into spaces that honor you. You connect with people who see you. You receive opportunities that match you. You claim blessings that fit you. You build legacy that represents you. You create impact that immortalizes you. You are not a survivor struggling to make it. You are a conqueror claiming territory. You are not someone recovering from trauma. You are someone extracting wisdom from experience. You are not broken trying to fix yourself. You are powerful integrating your lessons. You are not a victim of their schemes. You are a victor despite their attempts. The phone never lies. The evidence proved them guilty. But your life is proving you glorious. Your resilience is proving you powerful. Your success is proving you chosen. Your freedom is proving you unstoppable. So walk in it, own it, claim it, live it, be it, become it fully. The victor you always were, the champion you've always been, the chosen one you always are. Their embarrassment is temporary. Your elevation is permanent. Their exposure is a moment. Your empire is a legacy. Their story is ending. Yours is just beginning. Because you didn't just survive what was meant to destroy you. You thrived because of it. You didn't just endure the attack. You extracted the lesson. You didn't just make it through. You made it count. Every tear you cried watered seeds that are now blooming. Every night you couldn't sleep was preparation for the dreams manifesting now. Every moment you felt alone was actually divine isolation preparing you for elevation. Everything that hurt you was actually shaping you. The evidence in their phone exposed their lies, but your life is exposing their biggest lie of all. The lie that you weren't powerful. The lie that you weren't valuable. The lie that you weren't chosen. The lie that you weren't protected. The lie that you weren't destined for greatness. Their phone told one truth. Your existence is telling another. Their truth ends with consequence. Your truth begins with victory. And that victory is complete, comprehensive and undeniable in your life. This is your moment, chosen one. Not to gloat, not to revenge, not to prove, but to rise, to soar, to dominate, to reign, to rule over everything they tried to steal, to claim everything they tried to block, to receive everything they tried to prevent. The universe just confirmed what you always knew. You're not the villain in anyone's story. You're the hero in your own. And heroes don't stay down. They rise, they recover, they return, they reclaim, they reign. So reign, chosen one. Reign over your life. Reign over your destiny. Reign over your purpose. Reign over your blessings. Reign like the royalty you are. Reign like the chosen one you've always been. The phone revealed their character. Your life is revealing your calling. And that calling is loud, clear, powerful, and undeniable. It's time to answer it. It's time to walk in it. It's time to own it completely. Your victory is sealed. Your destiny is guaranteed. Your elevation is confirmed. Your reign has begun. Their phone exposed what they did in the dark. Your life is exposing what the divine did in secret. Their evidence shows guilt. Your existence shows glory. Their truth ends in shame. Your truth begins in triumph. The phone was just the match, but you are the fire that cannot be contained, cannot be controlled, cannot be diminished by lies or manipulation or sabotage. You burn bright now, unstoppable, undeniable, unforgettable. Now go be legendary.